Good morning. Happy Tuesday, even though we're going over Monday's corrections. So, like usual, we will be talking about the context clues for number one, finding the misspelled word for number two, rewriting the sentence using a non restrictive element and including that with commas. We'll be figuring out the pronoun. And this one, they gave us two ways that we have to figure it out right here, right here. And then, of course, talking about if it's subjective, objective, or possessive. And then number five, choosing the antonym for thwart. Hopefully, you looked that up. It's a crazy word. All right, so let's talk about number one with the context clues. Guys, remember, when some of you were sent in your work, I noticed that this right here was an actual dictionary definition. I could look it up and some of it matched like dictionary.com and things. Remember, this is the one that I don't want you using a dictionary for. I want you trying to figure it out using the context clues. That's the point of this one. Everything else, I am cool with you looking for your answers, especially this one in a dictionary. I have to do it all the time. All right, so let's look at number one. Since many children receive the chicken pox vaccine when they are babies, they are immune to the virus. Children who have not been vaccinated are not protected and do risk the chance of catching the illness. All right, so let's see. I'm going to say that these words vaccine, and vaccine is going to come from previous knowledge, knowing what vaccine is. And if you don't know what it is, this is where you can look it up in the dictionary. Just do not look this word up in the dictionary until you have written it in your own words to just to double check. Okay. They are immune to the virus. So we know that what a virus is. A virus is sick. So we can put this together that if you have this, you won't get this. So that's going to help us figure out what immune. Okay. So who have not been vaccinated. Whoops. Oh, that was a bad line. Sorry. Are not protected, okay? And then risk the chance of catching an illness. So, based on all of that, let me get to my cursor. Based on all of that, I have to think that, okay, a virus means being sick. So, a vaccine, most of us get those. Hopefully, all of us get those when we're kids. And so, that is to keep us from getting sick. So, if you have that, you're immune from getting sick. So, that means you're protected from getting sick. I'm using that word right there. So, if you haven't been vaccinated, you're not only protected, but you're causing the risk for others to catch something too. So, we have, so I'm taking that is to be protected from catching something um, like an illness or a virus. Okay. Hopefully they'll come up with something soon for this that's going around now so we can get back to normal, huh? All right, so there's that one. Okay, so our circle the misspelled word and write it correctly in the space below. Remember, this you can look up, and I encourage you to look up, just not this one. All right, so we have privilege, fester, infection. All right, so privilege, I have no clue what that word is right there. Fester, I do know that is correct. Infection, I do know that is correct. This is the one right here that I'm having a hard time with. I think they mean privilege. Privilege. Okay. So when you look it up, you will find that it is Privilege. Privilege. That's how you pronounce it. And of course, us speaking so quickly, it does sound like privilege, but it's privilege. Okay. All right. So rewrite the sentence, adding a non restrictive element using commas. Okay. So we have our new neighbors just moved in. So I would talk about the neighbors if you, it's really the only situation that you could add something in there is about the neighbors. So you could talk about that have 10 kids or, something like that, or our new neighbors from Germany just moved in or something like that. So our new neighbors. This is where I'm going to add my comma because this is where I'm going to add my non-restrictive element. I'm going to say a, a couple with a new baby. Okay, so that's it. So I know a little bit more about the neighbors. They have a baby, comma, just moved in. Okay, so there is that one. Of course, is that what you have to have? Of course not. But what you do have to have, capital letters, commas, punctuation, and everything spelled correctly. All right, so there's that one. Okay, number 4, circle the correct pronoun, and then, of course, identify it as subjective, objective, or possessive. So my sister put her or mine books in my or theirs lockers, or locker, sorry. That plays a part in it. Okay, so the first part, say it out loud. Does it make you sound like you are a sixth grader or a 2-year-old when you say it? Pick the one that makes you sound like the sixth grader, almost seventh grader. So my sister put her books or my sister put mine books. When I say my sister put mine books in, that's what made me sound like a 2-year-old, not a 46-year-old when I said it. Okay? So I'm going to circle her. Okay? So my sister put her books in my or theirs locker. Okay? This is singular, so it's only one. Of course, this isn't even really a word, so it's going to be my locker. Okay? So my sister put her books in my locker. In this case, we are showing a lot of possessiveness. So her sister owns the books, and then locker, my locker. Okay, so it all shows possessiveness. And number 5, choose the antonym for thwart. When you look up thwart, which I hope you did, that's another case you can use your dictionary, you find out that thwart means to prevent from doing something. So the antonym, which of course is the opposite, if you are thwarting somebody, you're preventing them. But if you are doing the opposite, you are encouraging them. And the best choice here for your synonym would be to stop. Okay. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm here. Bye, guys.